Good day, ma'ams and sirs, and welcome to another page turner here on the Number 9 with Tommy podcast. It's with a heavy heart that I have lost a role model, a dear friend, an influencer, a teacher, a disciplinarian, a pair of open arms, the most avid reader I've ever known, a beautiful woman inside and out with an infectious smile and laugh, a woman who a woman who would open her home into other people's minds. Deb Morris, Mom, you provided a safe and happy home for so many strays, both human and feline. Josh and Maddie are two of my favorite people on the planet. Thank you for making them the way they are. I wasn't as close to Lark or Amber, but they, of course, are smiling beauties as well. What you did for me and Brad and English Dave and Travis and Amanda and everyone else who ever showed up at your door is nothing short of selfless, remarkable, and commendable. While I'm saddened by your passing, I'm strengthened by it as well. A piece of you will always be with me, and somewhere in my reflection, surely it can be seen. You were exactly what everyone needed when they needed it, and never once asked for anything in return. I hope we can all benefit from you once more in your passing, and never forget to treat the people around us with love. Strangers, friends, and family, impoverished or wealthy, intelligent or ignorant, we should all be so lucky to have a neighbor in life like you, and we should all love that neighbor. You made the world a better place, you will be missed, and you will always be loved. Now, Tommy fucking Washington, let's get this show started. What's been up, man? How are you?
Okay, Pat. Sorry for your loss.
Thank you, sir. She was pretty awesome.
Never had the pleasure, but I'm sure she was. What's
Now,
going on with you?
did we played poker back in the when I lived in Torrington the first time a lot? Did you and we've played recently as well. Have you met Joshy? I don't think you've met Maddie.
I have no idea, man.
Oh, okay. If you saw him, you would
When
know
you
who he
lived
was.
in Torrington, I really want you to think about this. When you lived there,
Yeah,
I lived in Massachusetts for a majority of that time.
that's true. You wouldn't have really been around for weekend poker,
I know that you think I worked for you for 10 years,
at least.
when in fact, I worked for you for a total of 4 months.
Bare minimum, a decade.
Okay. So no, I don't know. If I seen him, maybe. I've met him once or twice, but do not have a relationship with them at all.
Word. I will say, like those teen years. I obviously you and I cannot put ourselves in the shoes of Josh. His father left when they were young, very young, and
Okay.
we're like, I don't know, 17 or 18, man, and we were staying at Deb's house. So obviously that's Josh's mom, so he lives there. But I'm allowed to live there for. They probably kept me for a year, man, and this motherfucker showed up at the door, his dad, and Josh is like 17, 18 years old, and hasn't seen him in so long, and he opens the door, and his dad's like, "Do you know who I am?" And he's like, "I have a pretty good guess," and he's like, "Can I come in?" And he's like, "You can fuck off." And just shut the door and never talk to him again. I was like, that's fucking amazing, dude.
Good
He
for
was
him.
just like, dude, I like my mom and my dad. I don't fucking need that, dude. It was I never would have imagined it going that way because he's like the nicest kid in the world. He's just like, nope, you can fuck off. Mom's
Well,
got it. Thanks, though.
well, at least he, told him that he was a piece of shit.
That's it.
Yeah. So I don't really have a lot going on, man. Just football. Tired. Been a long week so far. So
Just football, dude. You got football on Thursday. You got football on Sunday. You got football on Monday, and you got a kid playing football. What days is he playing football? Every fucking day.
Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, walkthroughs on Saturday, games on Sunday. So
Bro,
this
if
little
the
shit,
pigskin,
dude. This little shit, dude, has cost me more. Like I couldn't even watch the Niners game. I got to listen to half of it on the radio. Luckily, his game this week is early enough, so like we're doing the podcast later on Sunday at like 7:30 probably. Because his game is at 10 o'clock in the morning, which works out mint because then I get to come home right after that and I'll be able to watch it. Like I'll be home by noon, hopefully. So I'll be able to maybe get some prep done for the show, but then watch the Niners. Because they're playing at 1. I actually was gonna go to this game. I was trying to talk Erica into it. So we're flying to Tampa on Saturday for the good old Nick Merck's M Fan Barbecue. I'm going to that. Erica's going to visit a friend. I will have some content for the show for that on Sunday. I'll tell you guys what it was like, even though probably none of you care, but it's pretty cool to me.
When are you going?
Saturday.
Ooh, so am I doing? Oh, you're going to be back for the podcast though.
Yes, we'll be back. I'm flying down and flying back same day. But I was trying. The Niners are playing the Eagles in Philly, so I was like, "Hey, we're flying out of New York. Why don't we just drive over to Philly? Go to the game? You know what I mean? Why not?"
I mean, that's definitely not the most radical part of the plan. The most radical part of the plan is going to Florida for one day. So shooting over to a football game is not unreasonable.
Yeah, with modern travel, traveling to Florida and back in the same day is not radical. It's
how many hours are you going to fly down?
3 hours down.
And the drive to the airport's what, an hour and a half?
Maybe.
All right, so you got 4.5 there, and then 4.5 back. So that's 9 hours of travel in a single day. What's the thing you're going to?
The M Van Barbecue.
What time are you getting there?
It starts. I'm gonna go there right as soon as I land, and it's on the other side of the airport where it is. So Erica's friend's gonna pick us up, drop me off, and then I'll let them know when I'm ready to leave. They'll come back and pick me up, and then our flight's at like 7:00 that night.
Are you gonna spend 4 or 5 hours there?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't feel like that's a lot of travel for
Pat, I drove 5 hours to go watch a 3-hour football game in Washington, D.C. 5 hours each way, mind you.
Wait, you didn't stay the night?
I did. I have driven to Dover, Delaware, which is 4 hours, to watch a 3-hour NASCAR race and drove back in the same day.
Jesus. Bro, if I have to drive 5 minutes, you got me for the day. Like your house is 10 minutes away, and if I go to your house, I'm staying at least for a couple hours. I'm not turning around and driving home.
I know you won't even drop shit off at my house real quick because it's out of the way.
The time
but
investment, man.
What do you mean the time investment? It's a 30-second thing. I live literally 8 minutes from you. It makes no sense.
If you want me to drop something off at your house, Erica's gonna have to make dinner. We're gonna have to sit down. We're gonna have to relax. We're gonna have to hang out. I can't just drop something and run. That's 8 minutes is too far.
You're such a fucking bum. It's unreal to me.
That's fair.
Anyway, so yeah, I was trying to go to Philly, but the tickets for the game are outrageous, and I wouldn't. To be honest with you, I don't think I'd be able to live with myself missing one of Colin's football games. Even though, like, the first game I went to.
Huh?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important to be there for him. You know, see him. His first game, he only played. They only have to play on 9 snaps, so he only played 9 snaps, and they were in the first quarter of the game. So I wasted 3/4 of a game watching his team get demolished. And then this last week, his team also got demolished, but he played a majority of the game on offensive tackle. And they started out really well. I thought, like, the other team with fucking flags, dude, and I was like, as soon as I saw them run out, dude, I was like, they're gonna get smoked. Like, they're just
these kids have already won mentally and emotionally.
Yeah, they're just too well put together. And then so it was actually pretty close. Collins' team missed their extra points, but it was 2 touchdowns to 2 touchdowns. Like, they were down by 2 points or something like that. And then they got this fucking kid on their team, dude, that runs a fucking 4.40. Like, he is lightning fast. And every single time, they would just pitch the ball out to him. He'd hit the sideline, and he'd jet up the sideline and score a touchdown. Every single time. I feel like you're going to say something, and you're just frozen.
No, I'm not frozen. Is that a real... I was waiting. I was listening to what you were saying. Is that a real time he runs a 4.40 or like? No, dude. Like, were they talking about that?
No, but like Deion Sanders was a 4.40, like, you know what I mean, or 4.39 or something like that. Like, it's stupid fast. There was nobody on the field, including the coaches, that were as fast as this kid.
Did you ever play Tecmo Super Bowl for the Game Gear?
No.
Do you remember Game Gear?
No.
So there was a there's a, we'll call it a cheat. By any name, it was a cheat, man. If you were Barry Sanders, right, old number 20 for the Lions, and you were returning a kickoff and you ran the ball to the bottom of the field, all the way to the bottom, but not out of bounds, and just ran the sideline, you scored a touchdown every time you were returning a kick. So there was no way to lose, right? Because if you're going to get a kickoff at some point, either at the beginning of the first half or the beginning of the second half. So there's 7 points. And then every time the other team scores, they kick the ball off to you. So you just score a touchdown every fucking time.
Yeah, that's what this kid was like. So now let me ask
That's what
you,
it sounds
Pat,
like.
now, how do you think people should react to this when your kid's football team is getting demolished?
Which people? Who are we talking about?
Like, how should the parents of the team of the parents of the team that's getting destroyed, how should they react?
Should they react? I mean, they should just be supportive. Listen, at that age, what the fuck just happened?
Don't worry about it.
Screen just went green, Tommy.
I know it's fucking crazy, dude. Oh my god, what are we gonna do? Oh my god, keep going. No big deal.
Okay. At that age, you got to let them take the L. That's such a big lesson for them emotionally and maturity wise.
That's kind of how
Tom,
I
did
feel.
you just censor yourself? You're all blurry.
I'm not blurred. What?
Oh, you're not on the other screen. All right, you're good. No, I think, man, losing is part of the life, right? So if they can do it at that age and take those fucking beats and hate it and go, I want to get better. Inside of me, there's somebody better who can benefit this team and who can lead. That doesn't happen by winning. The smooth waters don't make skilled sailors.
Yeah, listen, I'm with you. Okay, so I'm 100. Like, this is a life lesson, dude. Life is gonna kick you in the dick nonstop, right? It's gonna suck. That's life. So there's this lady in front of me, and they're talking about, like, because they just kept scoring touchdowns in the second quarter. Just by the end of the second quarter, it was 42-12 or some shit like that, dude. It was insane. Okay, so and I'm like, it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? This score is gonna be 100 before we leave here, and it is what it is. And this lady in front of me is like, real classy, la, 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 and like yelling at the other, and I'm like, and I turn to Erica and I go, listen, if I'm a parent of the other team, I want them to destroy them. If I'm a coach on the other team, I want them to destroy them. If I'm a player on the other team, I want to destroy them. And if this is my team and they're like, don't stop going. You know what I mean? It's a life lesson that no matter how bad you're getting beat, you don't give up, you keep going. So after the first half, they come out, they get the ball. You know what they do, Pat?
What's that?
Yeah. They fucking knee it. All 4 downs, they knee it and give it back to them. That's what the other team did. Who ran?
So they self-imposed a mercy rule.
Well, there is a mercy rule, I guess. So, like, if they were to score another touchdown, it wouldn't count, right? So they're giving them the ball back so that they can try and score a touchdown, so that they'll be able to go out and score another touchdown. That's essentially what they're doing.
Like it.
I don't like it. I don't like it. Score another fucking touchdown. Even if it's not going to count, you keep scoring fucking touchdowns. It's selfish to your players. It's selfish to the team. And it's selfish to the kids that are getting beat because it's not giving them any practice on defense.
Well, see, now that was my exact thought is get your defense out there. Defense wins championships. So kneel the ball 4 times. Their
defense did come out. Their defense did come out and stop them from scoring touchdowns. They weren't letting them score. Their defense was playing, and only our offense was playing.
Saying. No, so do that. Do that. Let your defense stay on the field all game. Who gives a fuck? I'm all for that.
I'm not. Play the game the way it's supposed to be. If you want to
see your point of view.
If you want to stop keeping score, stop keeping score. Whatever. Like I would have been keeping score, motherfuckers. Colin, you lost 96-12. Your team sucks.
Or if I'm that coach, you don't have a couple of trick plays that y'all can practice. Like this is the best practice you're ever gonna get. You're against a live team.
Yeah, well,
I'm running fucking jets. What's that?
Jet sweep.
Jet sweeps.
That's
Yeah,
what they.
with my
That's what
fucking
they were
wide
already
receivers.
doing. That's what they were already doing
I'm
with that
throwing
kid.
flea flickers.
It was
Fuck
unreal.
it. I'll,
I
I'll
think it's
incite
also
a fumble rule, a fumble drill. Hey, listen, first person to make contact with you, you drop that fucking ball. And then we start pitching it back and forth, lateraling, and get down that fucking field. You know what I mean? Dude, you ain't going to lose.
so. Fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. Doesn't matter. I guess. I think it's important to say this, that my son's team is composed of 7th and 8th graders, where they play only 8th graders. And the team that he's on is mainly 7th graders. Now, I don't think that's that big. Like, the size difference between 7th and 8th grade isn't that big. You know what I mean? Some of these kids are big, but at the same time, some of the 7th graders are big. Like, it's really not that big a deal. It's not like they're going
No,
up against high
even
schoolers.
maturity wise, don't get me wrong, 2 years or 3 years would be a massive difference at that age. I'm not sure. 1 year is definitely a difference. But are there 8th graders on your son's team?
Yeah, but there's not a lot. They're mostly 7th graders. So
Yeah, I mean they're definitely at a disadvantage. There's no debating that, but I don't know if it's one. It's not enough to say, well, they just can't compete.
well, I'll tell you, they did a great job in their game, not this past week, but the week before, where they made a pretty good comeback. They actually outscored the team that they were playing in the second half. If they didn't get so beat in the first half, they would have won the game. But all in all, that's where I'm at with my son's football. You want to get into some memes and stuff, and then we'll do 3-finger news, and then we'll go over the actual football stuff.
Let's do it.
All right.
Oh, Mason's just out.
Mason's out where?
He hasn't been on the damn show in forever.
Yeah, well, I don't know, man. I did tell him, however, which he should have known is that we weren't streaming last night. But originally we had planned on streaming last night instead of tonight. But then
Right.
my shit got canceled, so it didn't matter. All right, Pat. So you got some memes you dropped in here today. Sure,
I
pretty
did. So,
funny.
as usual, I was on the chive, and I found a whole gallery of. You love this story where I accidentally, in the heat of the moment, told the girl to stick her dick in my mouth. So this is an entire gallery of things saying shit that they didn't mean to say during sex, and I was like, "Damn, this might as well say like the Patrick Gallagher gallery. Let's go." And I screenshot some good ones and I sent them our way.
You gotta read the first one.
Yeah, sure. So this guy said, "Oh yeah, you like this little dick." That's classic, man. It's a girl telling a story. She said he didn't even have a small dick, but we just burst into laughter and kept going. I don't know how you keep going after that, Tom.
Me neither. What's the next one?
Let's see. So this was a guy telling the story. He said, a few years back, I was so lost in the moment, I told her I loved to fuck her tight dick. I absolutely howled at this. Occasionally, she'll mention it to me in super random situations to watch me curl up and want to die.
Nice.
It's fantastic. Imagine telling your wife that you want to fuck her tight dick.
Yeah. This one said, "Oh, you're gonna go?"
No, go ahead.
I was gonna tell my girl, "Let me suck on your tits," but I ended up saying, "Suck on my tits," while she was on top.
Imagine how bendy she would have to be, man.
This one says, "We were really drunk doing reverse cowgirl, and I told my girlfriend, 'Shake your ass on my pussy.' Took me a second to realize why she was hysterically laughing." Nice. Focus Girl says, "What the fuck did I just tune into?"
What happened?
He said, "What the fuck did I just tune into?"
The check. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, we're going over funny memes, Bob. Funny memes of Pat putting dicks in his mouth. Really, a story of Pat's life.
To be fair, it was one dick, and she was beautiful.
I'm sure she was.
Not the dick, the woman.
Yeah, sure, that's what it was, Pat. Focus scroll. ... Uh, all right. What else we got? So then we got three finger news, Pat.
Three finger news. I actually have good news for the podcast.
All right, hold that
I thought
thought.
that was this was what?
Hold that thought.
Were you playing intro music?
No, we don't have intro music to this. I'm starting a new segment.
Dropping an ad?
No, I already did that. Ready?
Yeah.
All right, Pat. Three finger news. News that's sure to shock you.
Did you read any of these?
No. I read a
good.
couple of them. Kind of. I read some of the bold stuff sometimes.
Okay. So this is researchers from Switzerland are tapping into an unexpected energy source right under our feet. Wooden floors. They're called nano generators. They enable wood to generate energy from our footfalls. So every time they take a step, it produces some electricity. The team began by transforming wood into a nano generator by sandwiching two pieces of functionalized wood between electrodes. There are diagrams and pictures that are not on the timeline. It's pretty dope. It looks like a regular floor with like a pad underneath it, and it creates enough power to you can power light bulbs right now. Like that's what they were proving. A couple steps and the light stays on. So when you walk into the room, the light turns on and it stays on because you've created enough power from it. They used spruce wood, which is cheap. It's available. And they said it has favorable mechanical properties. They said the ultimate goal is to understand the potentialities of wood beyond those already known and to enable wood with new properties for future sustainable smart buildings. I like that, in my head, I think of like, okay, so if this is where they're at, where are they going? And I'm thinking like, well, obviously they're going to try to get as much power out of as um, little energy, human energy as possible. So, each footstep creating more power, or, could you double up those pads underneath the wood floor? Could you make it so that a couch, when you sit on the couch, it fucking dims the lights? Like where could we go from here? Because smart buildings to me sound really, really intriguing. I don't know why. It's not something that I spend a lot of time thinking about, but I did when I read this. I was like, this is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, seems pretty cool. Different. Gotta get away from those fossil fuels. You know what I mean?
Have you ever heard of a nano generator before this?
No, I'm sure I've heard
I
of
had not
it.
either.
I don't really get what it is. So
Okay. This next article, I think you sent, right?
yeah, this is the Texas woman who shot her neighbor or some shit, or shot the guy
Yes.
peeping in the house.
So the guy is a peeping Tom, but I've titled the article "Bleeding Tom."
Yeah.
You want to read it?
A Texas woman picked up a rifle and fatally shot a man she allegedly caught peeping into her bedroom window. Police said the unidentified woman shot through a wall multiple times and struck the suspect as he stood outside her home in Houston around 11 p.m. Friday. Houston Police Lieutenant Ronnie Wilkins told reporters she was in fear, Wilkins said. Police believe the suspect, who suffered gunshot wounds to his torso, staggered a short distance before collapsing and dying at the scene. The woman is cooperating with the investigation. No charges have been announced.
Tom, as far as a crime, now we know she did it. As far as a crime being committed, guilty, not guilty?
I don't think she's guilty. I mean, if you're looking inside something, get off my fucking property, bro. You know what I mean?
I agree. I mean, if this woman shot this guy in the street and dragged him into the yard and put him where she's saying he was, then there's a trail of blood. There's evidence. If the evidence shows holes in the wall and this guy's body not moving because he got shot and died in place, as far as I'm concerned, she's not guilty. She doesn't know what the next step is. If he's peeking in her windows, what the fuck is he going to do next?
Okay, so let me ask you this, Pat. It's a guy inside the house and a woman looking in. Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty. You don't know what the fuck she's going to do next.
All right. I'm just saying, I don't think many people would have the same outlook that you and I would have.
Yeah, fuck that. Nah, man. You don't know if she's gonna set that light. You don't know if she's gonna set the house on fire. You don't know if she's gonna shoot you through the window. You don't know if she's gonna climb in there and rape you like a prison guard. You have no idea. So
Like a prison guard.
yeah, we had that story about the prison guard who raped the inmate.
Yeah.
After them living together for years after he got out of prison, and then him saying that he was raped by her.
Yeah. Hey, man, shit happens. You gonna talk about this baby mama-in-law? This shit's wild. I just want to drop this.
50
Phobic said, well, this was fun. Until next time, boys. Thanks for sticking around, Phobic. Appreciate you.
That was quick. 51-year-old woman becomes pregnant with her own grandchild for infertile daughter. This is love, man. When it comes to our children, there's just not much that moms won't go through. My daughter asked me, hypothetically, a while back, if I would be willing to give her a kidney if she ever needed one. Without hesitation, I said, I'd give you both of them. If something happened to my child and I could have prevented it, how would I even go on? And no, I don't have a death wish. It's just the nature of motherhood. And it's almost every mom I've ever known. A 51-year-old woman had her motherly convictions put to the test. As you'd expect, she stepped up to deliver. Literally. According to the Centers for Disease Control, infertility affects about 6% of married American women. When one of those women realized she would be unable to have a baby, her mom stepped in and agreed to carry her own grandchild so that her daughter could have the ultimate joy of having her own child. Julia Loving is 51 years old, and she became her daughter Brianna Lockwood's gestational carrier when the younger woman failed to conceive. Now, Julia is being called a surrograndma instead of a surrogate mother. The pair did an interview with Today Parents, and she said, it's been a textbook pregnancy. Everything's been perfect. There was a lot more to this article. You know, it just goes on and on about how happy they all are. But the killer for me here was the fucking shoots, the photo shoots of the three. Like, it's the mom, the daughter, and the husband. There are so many questions left unanswered here, man.
Did they naturally conceive, or did they use some sort of turkey baster?
I'd have to assume that this is a Thanksgiving special.
I want to assume it's a natural conception.
Yeah, it makes the story significantly better.
Yes, absolutely.
Dude, okay, for real. If they split up and the father wins custody, can he sue the grandma for, like for fucking child support?
I don't know. Maybe.
Or vice versa. Can the grandma sue him for child support if they split up?
No, because I'm sure there's legalities with you get it. With surrogates. You know what I mean? A surrogate isn't responsible for giving the birth. You know what I mean? So
I agree that there's probably like a standards and practices go to on this, but this is a very unique situation.
Is it though? I mean, it's just a surrogate. I would fucking say it.
It's man, it's fucking weird.
Yeah, if you say so, man. I mean, I'm all about it. You know what I mean? It
definitely keeps the baby in the bloodline. There's something to that pride that we as Americans have, where we want like to carry on the family name and all that crazy shit. Let me ask you actually on that subject: if you had a daughter, right? If Colin came out female, would you have had a second child?
No.
Okay, so it was one and done, and actually it was zero, but then one and done.
Yeah, like I've had the same stance the whole time. I didn't want any kids.
Right. Okay.
And that still doesn't change. I still don't want the one I have.
Wow, that's fucked up. Super fucked up.
I know. It's like he's a vegetable
We're
or something.
We're about to find out if Phobic Squirrel's actually on the chat, because he will be like, "Come on, Tom."
No. No, I love my kid, but nah, he was definitely unplanned. Yeah, not what I was looking for. It's the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. Don't get me wrong. Hindsight's 2020. But would I do it again? Absolutely not, dude. Kids are a fucking handful. They're not worth it.
If you could have 4 dogs or one more child, which would you pick?
4 more dogs or 4 dogs
No, like,
total?
okay, so tomorrow you find out that in 9 months Erica's dropping a baby, or in 9 months you're getting a litter of puppies, 4 of them.
Litter of puppies, man.
Really?
Yeah, you want to know why?
Yeah, I do.
Because I can put the puppies in a fucking cage and go to work. I can't put the kid in a
That's
cage and go to
true.
work.
Valid point.
You get in a lot of trouble if you put the kid in a cage.
Real talk, that has actually happened in my family. It wasn't a cage, but I don't want to throw anybody under the bus here, but there was a female who married a male in my family, and she ended up getting into quite a bit of trouble because during their divorce, she they I think they had split custody, and when she was supposed to be watching the kids on her weekend, she put 2 chairs back to back, like 2 kitchen chairs, in the middle of an empty garage and tied the children to each other. So think of like any fucking
How old
cop
were the
movie
children?
or they were not old. They were, I'm gonna say, 8 and 11, maybe a little younger than that.
Is she in
But she
prison?
left them. She I don't know if she went to prison or if she got off on less than that. She had to have gone to prison, man. I remember being really fucked up, and her justification for it, because she like straight up, was like, no, like I didn't do anything wrong. It was better than leaving them alone. See, because if I left them alone, then they're kids and they get into shit, and there's a chance they would have gotten hurt. So I tied them down. I didn't tie them up. I tied them down to keep them safe. And she was out fucking partying at the bar. That's why she did it. It wasn't like, she ran her mother to the emergency room. Nah. This bitch had friends to go hang out with.
That's some of the wildest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Dude, it was quite the surprise.
That is some of the wildest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Yep.
Anyways,
Anyways, that's my family.
Yeah, tell me about it. We all have fucked up famous, but that's the way it goes. You want to get into some football, dude?
Let's fucking do it. Hey, how much fun did you have watching football?
Nah.
Really?
Nah, of course I'd agree. Well, I don't want to talk about fun. I mean, I enjoyed it. I don't have fun. I'm into the games. I
was
don't know if fun's the word I would
in
use.
heaven.
I was enjoying myself, don't get me wrong.
That's good.
Hold on one second.
We're not on air, are we?
No. I mean, we're live on the internet.
Yeah.
You'll have to read anything that pops up in the chat because I won't be able to see it.
Why, what are you doing?
I'm going to be going over the football stuff.
Where's your fucking tablet, bro?
It's upstairs, but I got I want to talk about the whoozy doozies, the leagues.
Ah, I'm with you. So what screen are you starting on?
I'm going to do the survivor pool.
Okay.
All right, Pat. So let's get into these number Niners football survivor leagues, survivor and pick'em leagues. This week
It's nice that we can cover football, but now there's like this super vested podcast interest as well. I'm excited for this.
Yeah. I'm pretty excited. It looks like so in week 1 we had 5 people get knocked out of the survivor pool. Now
We did.
Pat and I have made the ultimate decision. Now I tried to send out an email, I don't know who got it. But Pat and I have made the ultimate decision that if you did the survivor pool and you lost, that you can buy back in and up until week 4. Now that means if you lost on week 1, you must buy back in on week 2. If you do not buy back in on week 2, you do not get to buy back in on week 3. Need to make that very clear. Also, I don't know how to do it in the app to reset you guys. So you're going to have to message one of us, email us, the number 9podcast@gmail.com, or text one of us. I'm going to add you in as a non-online player, and you will not be able to pick a team that you have already picked. If you pick a team that you have already picked, it'll be an automatic loss, and I'll boot you out of the thing, and you lose your money. It's as simple as that. All right. Sound good to everybody? I mentioned this to somebody that is in the survivor pool. He is not very happy that we are doing this, but it is what I did send out an email to all you guys, and I'm really upset I didn't send.
All right, hold on. I don't need to know who it is, but does this person play poker? Do you know? No, they don't play poker.
No. I'm
See,
sure
buybacks.
I'm sure they do, but he's never played with us.
Okay. Buybacks are, I mean, they're just as fun as any other part of the game. Poker, Survivor. And if you're confident in your abilities, or if you just want to have extra fun, then you should fully encourage buybacks. When you said, "Are we going to let people buy back in?" I was like, "Fuck, I didn't even think about it."
Yeah, and then we decided not to, and then we started talking about. Well, originally we talked about it and we weren't gonna, and then now it's here, it's happening, and I think it's up until week 4. Like, I'm not gonna let people buy back in on week fucking 10. That's stupid. To be honest,
there's not a lot of people that will make it that late, anyways.
That's what I'm saying. It should be done by week 10. But anyway, so let's get into who lost. Gentleman, Chase Burton. Not sure who you are if you're a listener. Thank you, sir. He picked Jacksonville. Jacksonville lost to Houston, 21-37. He is eliminated. Dun dun dun. So this is funny. There is a gentleman that his name is Jim, and I deleted him on Thursday night because he wasn't paid, and apparently he had paid somebody else, and not me, for the podcast or for the pools. So I deleted him. So I re-added him back in, but I didn't know what his survivor pick was. Luckily, Pat did, because he lost with Tennessee. 38. He picked Tennessee. They lost to Arizona 38-13. Sorry, bud. You got eliminated. Mr. Gallagher, Tony Gallagher, that is. This is probably the biggest, and I don't want to say it's an upset because they lost. I want to say it's an upset because they got blown the fuck out. Green Bay lost 38-3 to the Saints. I hate to say this, but Pat was right. Aaron Rodgers did not look good.
Even I didn't know how right I was.
Did you know that he threw 2 picks in 3, like, he had 3 attempts, 2 of them were picks, like, in a row.
Has that ever happened to him in history?
No, he's never thrown. I don't think the stat was like he's never thrown 2 picks in the same game or some shit like that. Like, the guy doesn't throw picks. Rough start for my boy Aaron Rodgers, but I think he's gonna bounce back. He's gonna destroy the Lions. So that's not even something to talk about. But anyway, a gentleman that will remain nameless on the show picked the Giants. They lost. Man, these fucking Giants, dude. So Sunday, I'm getting ready to go to Colin's game, and I had Denver picked in my pick'em league. But all you guys were all talking about the Giants, and I was like, man, maybe. So I switched my pick to the fucking Giants, dude, and they get smoked. It was actually a good game up until the 4th quarter. It was actually somewhat intriguing to watch a little bit, but they ended up fucking losing. Sorry, buddy, you're bounced.
So the gentleman who you want to remain nameless, I'm gonna call him DJ. When DJ, when I presented DJ with the opportunity to buy back in, his response was, "Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Giants," which was the best fucking response possible because the Giants are not going to be a 500 team.
Well, so what's funny is it didn't even occur to me, right? Because I was like, I was thinking about it afterwards last night, and I was like, oh shit, he can't pick them because he already picked them, and it's the same picks. So you got to pick some other shitty team. Pick like I don't know, Green Bay or something.
Pick the Lions.
Yeah, pick the Lions. No, because they'll probably be Green Bay. And then this one's probably the saddest one on the list for me. Anyway, my beautiful wife Erica doesn't understand football. She's never watched football. She's watched football with me, but she really doesn't know who's good or who's bad. So we're at pool Thursday, and I'm telling her like, hey, you got to pick your survivor team before this kickoff. and I forgot who she had picked, but I was like, she had it might have been Kansas City she had. But she had a good team, and I was like, listen, you don't want to use up your good teams on week 1. Like, and I'm just giving her my advice. So she switches it to fucking Baltimore, and I'm like, you're picking Baltimore over the Raiders? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, you're fucking crazy, but okay. Did you watch that whole game, Pat?
I watched the first half.
So you watched the boring half.
I watched a very, very uncomfortable Lamar Jackson who looked like he was a rookie and was unsure of himself. He was unsure of his team. And I'm not sure he was real confident in his knowledge of the game of football. And that is not the guy that I've seen play in that position for the Ravens. He looked out of place.
So I'm going to disagree with you that I thought in the first half, Lamar Jackson looked very good. In the second half, not so much. He looked very bad. He had like his first 6 or 7 attempts in the second half. He didn't complete any of them. It was very bad. But man, those Raiders are sleepers, dude. They tied up the game, came back and won in overtime, dude. John Gruden's over there, fucking going ham. So go Raiders. Erica, unfortunately, is out of the survivor pool. You suck. Moving on.
We should say all 5 of the people who are knocked out are buying back in, correct?
I have not heard from. Yes, but I have not. This Chase Burton. Chase, I don't know who that is, and unfortunately, there's something up with the CBS app that's not allowing me to email. So I don't even know if he knows that he can't buy back in if he doesn't listen to the show.
We got to figure out who his link was.
But minimum 4 out of the 5 are buying back in, which is pretty exciting. That means the pool right now for the survivor pool is winner take all, 528 big one. It's actually $504 because number 9 with Tommy doesn't pay. So $504 right now, and we're gonna add another $96 on top of that, so we're at an even $600.
That's awesome.
Yeah, pretty good stuff.
Not bad for the league's first year.
Yeah, I was expecting double the people, but hey, here we are. Shit. So I gotta switch this over.
I'll tell you what, thank God it wasn't, because there was enough, like, on your end, management snafus for going into week 1. Can you imagine if there were twice as many problems?
Yeah, I hear you. It's quite a thing.
Yeah.
So real quick, we'll just go over first and second place for the Pick'em League. If you are in the Pick'em League, you know where you stand. Eric Maraz won the week with 12 wins. Miss Terry Cranston, that's supposed to be Cranston, had placed second with 11 wins. So it looks like the weekly total buyouts are going to be $36.40. That's if everybody pays every week. Second place pays out like $15, or $15.60, I think it is. And I just want to give a shout out to Sea Rage. Sea Rage coming in awful week for my boy Sea Rage. Only had 5 winners, and they were pretty obvious winners. Well, actually, he had Arizona, which I wouldn't say. Most of the people, if you look at it, had Tennessee. So
I asked him. I said, Sea Rage, were you betting every underdog? And he was like, no, but it looked like that, didn't it? It was fucked up, man. He came to me and he said, you see how bad I did? I said I wasn't gonna bring it up, man, but I figured I'd bump into you, and I was gonna just leave it alone. But since we're here, did you pick every underdog on purpose? And he was like, no, it's just it looked like that, but no, I just did fucking terribly. It was like, you poor guy.
Yeah, it was not. I mean, I want to say, so I think the biggest upset of the week was Green Bay at New Orleans. I think that's the biggest upset, and it's not because that game should be a 50-50 split every single time. You know what I mean? Within a field goal, maybe a touchdown. And it was just, but other than that, I think the Arizona-Tennessee game was kind of an upset in a way. Like, Arizona's good, but I didn't think that they were that good.
Dude, they looked like, Arizona was scary.
Dude, I'm telling you, dude, the NFC West is by far, hands down, the best division of football. There's every single one of those teams is going to be 10 plus wins. And the crazy part is, one of them ain't going to make the playoffs. Oh, no.
Yep.
I guess, no, all of them could. Because they have the extra. They could have 2 wild cards. They could be all 3 wild cards. Because now there's extra teams. So they essentially could be. The whole NFC West could be in the playoffs. Another upset that I thought was Philly at Atlanta. I thought Atlanta would be a little bit better.
I thought that
Pittsburgh
was
at
going to be a close game.
Fucking Pittsburgh at Buffalo, dude. That was an upset. I didn't see that one coming.
I don't think anybody expected Buffalo to not come out and show
Yeah.
some good ass football in week 1.
Yeah, I think other than that, I mean, dude, did you watch any of the fucking Browns Kansas City game, dude?
I did.
The Browns are fucking legit, dude.
Yeah, the Browns looked great.
So, I like and I'm over here. I have Kansas City picked. There's only one person in the whole league, that picked the Browns, right? I'm over there rooting for the Browns to win the game.
That was Sea Rage.
No, it was that kid Chase Burton. He also not a great week. He only had 7 wins and he lost to Survivor Pool. But you know, the Browns look good, man. And I'm over there rooting for the Browns while I have Kansas City picked. But I'm like, I love that underdog story. You know what I mean? And is it really an underdog story? I mean, they made it to the playoffs last year. So I guess it's really
not. No, I mean at this point they're a good football team.
So real quick,
I'm going to throw it out there. The Browns are my survivor pick this week.
Who are they playing?
I don't remember. I remember that the team they're playing against is 1-0 and they are 0-1, and I was still like, nah, this is happening. I'm doing this.
You're fucking wild. So Pat found this breakdown of all the games with some
Browns
spreads.
are playing the Texans.
You're wild, dude. The Texans look good, dude. As dysfunctional as they were in the offseason, dude, they looked halfway decent. So I don't know if I would do that. That's a ballsy survivor pick. $20 right here, right now says you don't fucking do it.
I've already picked. I'm done. I picked.
All right.
Tom, have I already talked to you about Liz's football picks for week 1?
No, you probably made them though.
Tom, it's like 7:17 on Thursday night. We're in the car.
I texted you and I said, make sure Liz makes her picks.
Yeah. And I turned to her. I said, Liz, did you make your football picks? She said, yeah. I said, are you sure? She said, yeah. I said, Liz, how'd you make your football picks? And I didn't get a single question from you. And she said, Patrick, I picked all the animals. I was like, you better open that app up. The shit. let's talk about this, Liz. Let's at least apply some kind of rationale to what you're doing.
Are you serious?
So I just showed her how to use the app.
Yeah, sure you did. That's why she did so much better.
Listen, we didn't end up with the same number of fucking wins, you know? We didn't even have the same survivor pick.
You had one more than her. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, like right off the rip, there's 2 that she would have lost, and that would have been the Niners and Buffalo.
The one, I guarantee you, the one that, because even though I had one more win than her, she definitely picked the Eagles, and I bet against the Eagles, so she got that one. So there are 2 that we didn't agree on outside of that one. So we had at least 3 different picks.
No, she did have Philly.
Oh yeah, she will bet the Eagles 17 out of 17 times this year, guaranteed.
What? She's an Eagles fan?
Her whole family are fucking Eagles fans.
What a bunch of losers.
Anyway. I try to explain to her that that's not how you bet, but there's only,
there's a reason why I picked the Niners week 1 in the Survivor thing. It's because I refused to pick them in Survivors, but I knew it was a W. There was no way it wasn't going to be a W, and I fucking knew it. Did you know that fucking Jimmy G, his first snap of the game, fumbled the ball?
Did he?
Yeah, first snap of the game, fucking fumbles the ball and turns it over. Luckily, the Niners defense is good, and their fucking Lions kicker sucks and missed a field goal.
What the man? I can't remember the first game that I watched, but the dude botched so many fucking field goals.
I love watching that.
He
You wanna know
botched.
what's crazy, dude, is I think Nick Folk is kicking for the Patriots again, and have you ever seen that him with that fucking YouTube video of him missing all the field goals? He missed, like,
Yeah,
6 field goals in one game. It's amazing that teams are still signing this guy. He is hashtag not for the brand.
it's in this economy, man, there's not a lot of people that want to go to work. They need the employees.
Alright, so let's run through all the scores real quick. Let's see. So we had Dallas at Tampa. Tampa
I don't
won.
know if you can hear that, but Evie's chicken wings just arrived. She thinks that they're hers.
I can't hear that.
Did you? You didn't hear the dog going crazy?
No. Uh,
Ah,
so Dallas at Tampa. The fucking nail biter, man. 31-29. Tampa won that. Dallas did much better than I thought they would. Dallas actually looks halfway decent. The question is, can they
you know
carry
what?
it
I think
through?
that was the game. I think the Cowboys kicker missed a field goal and missed. Oh no, that was the Thursday night game. Man, that was a fucking great game.
Yeah, that was a good game. Let's see. Philly at Atlanta. We already talked about that. 32-6. Atlanta got fucking pounced. They upset Pittsburgh at Buffalo. Buffalo lost that one 16-23. The Bengals at the Vikings. This was another, like, I don't want to say it was an upset because the Bengals are good and I probably forgot how decent they were. But they won that one in overtime 27-24.
Can I tell you that when the Bengals won that game, my brother jumped up on his feet, threw two fingers in the sky, one on each hand, the old "We are number one," and said, "We're back, baby. Super Bowl, here we come."
He's delusional, huh?
My brother's love for the Bengals is far greater than my brother's love for Mark Wahlberg's abs.
That's insane. This one was a gimme. Niners at the Lions, 41-33. And that really, I mean, the Niners were up 41-12 at one point. They're crushing it. Arizona at Tennessee, 38-13. Seattle at Indy, 28-16. Seattle won that one, 28-16. Chargers at Washington. Chargers won that one, 20-16. Texans at the Jaguars. Texans won that one, 37-21. Denver at Giants. Denver's won that one, 27-13. Kansas City at the Browns, or Browns at Kansas City. Kansas City just squeaked it out, 33-29. Miami at New England. This was a good game. Did you watch this?
I watched some of it.
Miami, man, I don't want to say they're good, but they look okay. They just pulled that one out, 17-16. And then Green Bay at the Saints, we've talked about that 30 times, 3-38. And then the Rams at the Bears. Rams destroyed them, 34-14. And you don't have Monday night's game here, but obviously the
I did this during Monday night's game, so
Oh.
it wasn't over. I didn't have the result.
But the Raiders won that one, and I don't know the score. They won by 6 because it went to overtime. They scored a touchdown.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, man, I'm excited to be back. I think your brother is making the picks for the number 9 with Tommy. He has not made them yet. I don't think. If he did, we'll run through them real quick. Oh, they're made. You ready?
Oh, my brother made the picks. Good.
Yes, he did. So Giants at Washington. He picked, that's Thursday night's game. He picked Washington. Or number 9 with Tommy podcast did. Buffalo at Miami. Why would he do this? He picked Miami. Cincinnati at Chicago. He picked Chicago. Denver at Jacksonville. He picked Denver. Houston at Cleveland. He picked Cleveland. The Rams at Indy. He picked the Rams. Raiders at Pittsburgh. He picked Pittsburgh. Patriots at Jets. He picked the Patriots. Saints at the Cardinals. He picked the Saints. Niners at Philly. He picked the Niners. Atlanta at Tampa Bay. He picked Tampa Bay. Minnesota at Arizona. Picked Arizona. Cowboys at the Chargers. He picked the Chargers. Jeez, what is he doing? Tennessee at Seattle. He picked Seattle. Kansas City at Baltimore. He picked Baltimore. What the fuck? Is your brother okay? You might want to give him a call. Detroit at Green Bay. He picked Green Bay. I think that's the only one that he got right. But we'll see.
We have 5 different picks. 5.
I can see that easily. Now listen, you really talked him up, Pat. You really did, and I wanted to believe you.
Time will tell. It's a long game, baby. It's chess. It's not checkers.
But he only got 8 W's this week, so that means he only got half the games right. And I don't think he gets half the games right this week. But hey,
I hope
maybe
he got at least 5 wrong.
Maybe he's ensuring that we don't make any extra money for the podcast. Maybe that's what he's doing. But yeah, so I'm excited for Thursday night's game. I don't think it's gonna be. I mean, football's football, right? But the Giants at Washington, unfortunately, they do have to play each other twice a year. Why they have to make it a primetime game, I have no idea. Could talk that.
Who's Thursday night?
Giants at Washington.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's not like, why do they have to make that a primetime game? I don't know.
I think the Giants probably have a great deal of fans.
That's what. Well, it's like the Cowboys.
Washington has a very large fan base as well. From when the Cowboys had that dominant run, that just strengthens their adversaries' fan base as well. So I assume Washington and Giants are both huge TV draws, and that's why they're getting such a good spot.
Maybe. But anyway, I guess that's it, Pat. We're excited. We'll see you guys Sunday night. Remember Sunday night? Twitch.tv/number9media, NO9media, or on YouTube. Number 9
Point Erica
podcast.
jumped into the chat and said hello. Hi, Erica.
Oh, hi, Heather. Hi, honey. I didn't even know that you were here. But yeah, all in all, we'll see you guys on Sunday.
All right. Tommy, I love you. Number 9ers, I say, good day.
Stop saying I love you to me. It's not funny. Not even a little bit.
That's fucking great.
I recorded all that.
Good.
YouTube, Twitch. See you Sunday.